Terrence Crawford has already lost this fight, and it's not too late to pull out. Man, we need to talk about this, right?
This is high-speed chess. That's what you're watching.
Terrence Crawford, Canelo, they had the presser, they had the interviews, everything is starting to build up and go into this fight. I want to talk about Terrence Crawford, what I seen at the interview or press conference at Fanatics Fest. I want to say that was yesterday, and why I believe it has written him off entirely in my book. Terrence Crawford right now is extremely uncomfortable. I can see it on his face. He's uncomfortable. I have never seen a superstar melt like this right before our eyes. I knew this fight was going to be monumental. I knew this fight was going to be at a magnitude Crawford's never been at before. But Crawford has time and time stepped up again and rose to the occasion. But this time, I don't think so. Terrence Crawford is, like I said, he's visibly uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to do. The pressure is getting to him and he's starting to crack. If you look at the way Crawford has been handling this fight over even the last 2 years, his perspective and mentality is constantly changing, even on a week by week, day by day basis. When this fight was first presented to the table back when he beat Errol Spence, he said he wasn't interested. He didn't believe he could beat Canelo. So he said, I'm not going to fight him. It was Bill Haney that convinced him that he could beat Canelo. Right? Bill Haney probably told him it's going to be a load of money. That's what Bill Haney probably told him. Now, and then when you look at the Piers Morgan interview, to them having dinner, to the press conference in Saudi Arabia, the tone is really calm. It's really settling. It's not much tension. I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to beat you. I'm better than you. You're not me. But we going to see. We going to make it happen. We going to be respectful. We going to make this thing, rock. Yesterday is interesting because I seen a version of Terrence Crawford I don't believe I've ever seen. And so that makes me question, why? Why would you do this? Why? Right? So he gets in Canelo's face, and that's cool. It's a face-off. But when you start to step on the man's shoes, and in these face-off, there's this invisible barrier that you do not cross. Right? So you step on the man's shoes, you're putting your hands on the man, and you cross this, this boundary that both fighters pretty much, set in their minds. Like, this is where we're not going to cross. We're going to face off. We're going to get close. We're going to get these photos taken. But this barrier, you don't cross it. And like I said, why? The fight is sold. A lot of fans are upset with the promotion. Like, oh, they're too friendly. The fight is sold. Right? The fight was sold 10 years ago when they both joined the pound for pound. This fight has been sold. Canelo understands that. Canelo understands promotion, but overall, or above all, he understands respect. Canelo felt like Crawford disrespected him, and he felt like there was no need for such promotion. Right? He doesn't feel like that was a promotional move by Crawford. He felt disrespected because the fight has already been promoted. The fight has already been sold. There was no need for Crawford to get in his face like that. I'm not saying this from my standpoint, but I'm saying this from Canelo's standpoint. He felt like there was no need for such aggression at that point in time. And that's interesting, right? Because Canelo said, you're going to remember this. He was dead serious. You are going to remember this. Canelo's been cool the entire time. We know how Canelo promotes fights. We know how he comes into these fights, how he prepares. He's been cool the whole time. But Terrence Crawford is the one acting out of character because he's never been here before and he doesn't know what to do. Do I play the cool, relaxed guy? Do I play the confident, cocky guy? Do I play the aggression or aggressive bad guy? I don't know what to do, guys. You guys on Twitter, tell me, what do I do? Y'all tell me I'm being too friendly. Okay, I'm going to get in his face. Now people are like, oh, this is fake. What do I do? Terrence Crawford doesn't know what to do. He's never been here. And that's concerning. That is concerning. I would be more confident in Terrence Crawford. I'll be more sold on this fight if he was relaxed. If he sat back and was like, yeah, we're going to handle him. Same way we did Spence, same way we did Madrimov, same way we did Porter. We gonna handle him. That's all that need to be said. We're going to handle him. But the getting in his face. Terrence Crawford has had some confrontations with Henry Lundy. Hank Lundy. I can't remember his name. Him in Omaha. They had to fight in Omaha. And then Jose Benavidez is what I think was also in Omaha. Right? But I don't think Terrence Crawford has ever really initiated these confrontations. I think it's always these guys come up to him, disrespect him, and then Terrence Crawford matches that energy, or he even escalates it at times. But Crawford starting the confrontation, starting the conflict, that's something a bit foreign to him. He's lost the fight. He's lost it. I don't think he believes in himself. I think he's trying to sell it to everybody else that he believes in himself. I don't believe in him. I never did. But like I said, the best way to sell me is be who you've always been. That is why people are saying, oh, but Terrence Crawford is different. That's what I've been hearing the most in the build up to this fight. Terrence Crawford is different though, Jerry. So be who you've always been. And people are going to say he's different. Relax, cool, calm demeanor. A silent assassin. You've never been confrontational. So you're trying to sell it to me and everybody at home, and I'm not buying bullshit. I don't care how much money I got. I don't buy bullshit. Let's bleep that out. But it's really interesting to see this build up. I do want to talk more about there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to go over. I think Bud is really nervous. I didn't like the way he looked in that Saudi Arabia press conference. He looks uncomfortable. I can't stress that enough. Canelo, this looks like another fight for Canelo. Obviously, he's going to train hard. He believes Crawford's a great fighter. He's going to do what he does with Mr. Eddie Reynoso. They're going to put in a great camp. I believe Crawford and Bomac will as well. Have they always done? But in the build-up, Crawford looks lost. Somebody needs to help him. Somebody needs to guide him, because right now he's trying to oversell this fight and prove it to the fans at home that I deserve to be here. That's not how you do it. If you want to tell the fans at home you deserve to be on this stage, you deserve to be in the ring with Canelo, be who you've always been. That the guy you've always been, that Terrence Crawford, that is enough said. Right? That is why a lot of people are betting on Crawford, because we are expecting him to be who he's always been. So why now are you changing that persona? He's gonna get hurt for it. Like I said, Canelo understands the promotion business. He understands the promotional business, but over everything, above all, he understands respect. The promotion's done. These press conferences are just mandatory. Turki Al-Sheikh and the Ring Magazine, they're gonna promote this fight. Canelo doesn't have to talk. Nobody has to talk. The match of Alvarez versus Crawford is going to sell, especially on Netflix. The promotion is done. It's been done. It doesn't matter if they do a damn interview with, I don't know, Donald Trump. The promotion's done. The people who are going to watch this fight are going to watch it. The people who aren't going to watch this fight aren't going to watch it. That's how I feel. I feel like that's how Canelo feels. And so he took that as disrespect. He said, you're not trying to sell the fight. Like I said, the fight sold. You're trying to disrespect me. You're trying to press me. And as much as I've done in this sport, I'm speaking from Canelo's perspective here. As much as I've done in this sport, the fact that I'm enabling you to have such an opportunity of this magnitude to become one of the greatest, and you're going to put your hands on me, you're going to clash heads with me, you're going to step into my personal space and try to get personal, confrontational with me. He said, you're going to remember this. He's going to break his face, guys. Canelo, it's very rare for us to see Canelo kind of get serious in these fights. Right? Not many times Canelo has said he's really like wanted to hurt somebody. I think, yesterday was one of those times. He is going to hurt Terrence Crawford. He is going to look for that knockout. I think he had some form of respect to where it's like, okay, we're going to box, we're going to be competitive. Now it is getting more on a personal level, and that's where Terence Crawford doesn't want to go. I think there's been 2 times in Canelo's career where it's gotten kind of personal. That was Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo stated himself he hated Billy Joe Saunders. That was Billy Joe Saunders' last fight. And it was Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant smacked Canelo, didn't he? He tried to smack Canelo. I think Canelo was really heated about that, and he went on to stop Caleb Plant. Outside of that, I don't think Canelo's ever really gotten personal, confrontational, or aggressive with any of his opponents. I think Terence Crawford's going to be the third guy. You know, I think he's going to be the third one up, third one down. He's going to break his face come September 13th. But we need to talk about this fight and all these pressers a lot more. Maybe I'll do a reaction video. Maybe we'll talk about the Saudi Arabian one a little bit more. He still looked a bit nervous. But that's all I really got for you guys today. I'm really interested. How do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel about Crawford's odds? How do you guys feel about Canelo's odds? And do you think I'm being I'm kind of grasping at straws here, or am I making some valid points? But I hope to see you guys in the next one. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, my boys.